The morning he came back, the church bell rang twice. Soft, hesitant, like even the metal wasn't sure if it should welcome him. From my porch, I saw a man walking down the dusty road, his shoulders bent under the same sky that once saw him burn half our village to the ground. And yet, no one shouted, no one threw stones. I whispered to myself, "Why would you return, Adam Harper, after all you've done?" Before continue, please subscribe our channel and like our video. My name is Mary Collins, and I've lived in Willow Creek, Tennessee, all my life. It's a small town tucked between the hills, where folks know your voice long before they see your face. We had one grocery store, one diner, and one man who ruined everything, years ago. Adam Harper used to be one of us. He was our neighbor, our friend, the boy who helped my husband fix fences and brought me fresh corn every summer. His parents were kind, humble folks, poor but proud. When they passed away, Adam changed. He was only 22, angry at the world, and convinced that the land his parents lost to debt had been stolen from them. I still remember the day he came to our porch, yelling that my husband, Tommy Traun, cheated his father in a land deal. Tom tried to reason with him, but Adam wouldn't listen. A few weeks later, a fire started near the creek. By morning, 5 houses were gone, including ours. The sheriff took him away, and we all thought that was the end of it. Years passed. Tom rebuilt our home, plank by plank. I opened a small pie shop in town. People forgave each other in small ways, but no one forgot Adam. So when I saw him walking back into Willow Creek after 15 years, something twisted inside me. At first, he stayed away from everyone. He lived in the old trailer behind the church. Father James must have taken pity on him. But slowly, Adam began showing up again, at the market, at the diner, even at the town meetings. He'd nod, offer to help carry groceries, fix fences, cut wood. Some people ignored him. Some turned their backs. But what surprised me most was how quickly others forgot. A few months later, some younger men started working with him. They said he'd changed. "He's different now," they told me. "He just wants to make things right." But Tom didn't believe it. He said, "A man like that doesn't change, Mary. He's looking for something." One evening, I saw Adam talking to the mayor near the new bridge site, and soon after, rumors spread that he wanted to buy back the land his father once owned. That land included our orchard, the one Tom rebuilt after the fire. When I heard it, my hands went cold. He didn't just come back. He came to reclaim what he thought was his. The next few weeks felt like walking through old ashes. Adam began visiting homes, politely asking about small plots near the creek. Some people sold. Money was tight, and he offered fair prices. But I couldn't tell. Was this redemption or revenge wearing a friendly face? One afternoon, he came into my shop. The bell above the door chimed, and when I looked up, it was him, older, thinner. But those same steady eyes. "Mary," he said softly, "your pies smell just the same." I froze. "What do you want, Adam?" "Just coffee," he said, "and a chance to talk." Tom was in the kitchen, listening. I poured the coffee anyway. He told me about his years away, construction jobs, prison, a small ministry that helped him find peace. He said he wanted to rebuild Willow Creek, the right way this time. I wanted to believe him, but when he mentioned buying part of the orchard, my stomach tightened. After he left, Tom slammed his fist on the counter. "He burned us once. Mary, you think we'll let him do it again with a checkbook?" That night, I couldn't sleep. The next morning, I found a letter in our mailbox. Official papers, a son buyout offer. Signed by Adam Harper, he wanted the southern acre. The part where our daughter, Lena, had planted apple trees before she moved to the city. That wasn't just land, it was memory. It was forgiveness we never gave. I tore the letter in half and threw it away, but the pressure kept growing. The mayor said Adam's revival project could bring funds for the whole town. Neighbors who once cursed his name now said, maybe it's time we moved on. Tom grew quieter every day, sitting on the porch with that tired stare. Bills were piling up. The shop was slow, and sometimes I wondered if we could even afford not to sell. That thought shamed me, but it was there, like a splinter under my skin. A few days later, I went to the church to drop off pies. Father James asked if I could help sort the old parish files. As I was sorting, a folder slipped from the shelf, an envelope marked Harper family. 98 indeed were handwritten notes and receipts, showing that Adam's father had already been paid for the land. Years before the fire, there were signatures, even one from the county clerk. My breath caught Adam's anger. His reason for everything had been built on a lie. But did he know? Or had someone fed that bitterness to him all his life? That night I showed the papers to Tom. He stared for a long while, then said, if he knows, he's playing us. If he doesn't, he's been living in darkness all these years. Either way, we had the truth now. I didn't tell anyone else. Not yet. Instead, I made a quiet plan. That Sunday, I baked an extra pie and brought it to the church after service. Adam was there, cleaning the steps. Adam, I called softly. Can we talk? We sat in the shade, the pie between us. I told him about the papers. His face went pale. He didn't deny it. He whispered, my father, he told me they cheated us. I never looked at the records. Tears filled his eyes, but he didn't cry. He just stared at the ground, like a man realizing the soil he stood on was never really his. I said, you destroyed more than barns, Adam. You burned trust. But maybe you can rebuild, not by buying land, but by giving back. He nodded slowly. Tell me how. So we made a deal. He'd stop the land offers. Instead, he'd use the funds from his project to rebuild the My Community Center that burned in that same fire years ago, a place for everyone. No plaques. No names, just a space to gather again. That night, when I told Tom, he said nothing at first. Then he whispered, you've got more faith than I do. But I could tell. A small part of him softened. 2 months passed. Construction began. Children watched from fences. Old men offered advice no one asked for. The building rose, slow, but steady, like healing itself. At the opening ceremony, Adam stood quietly in the back. No speeches, no applause, just the smell of wood and new paint. I walked up to him and said, you did good. He shook his head. No, we did. Later, I saw him kneel near the creek, the same place where the fire once began. He placed a small wooden cross there. No words. No carvings, just silence, and the sound of water. That's when I knew. He didn't come back for land. He came back for peace. Adam still lives in Willow Creek. In that same trailer behind the church. He fixes roofs, plants trees, sometimes eats pie at my shop. Tom and I never became close to him again. But we nod when we pass by. And sometimes that's enough, because forgiveness isn't always a handshake. Sometimes it's just deciding not to turn away anymore. When I see the children playing at the new community center, I think about how easy it is to destroy and how hard it is to rebuild. But it can be done. People say time heals. I don't think that's true. It's not time. It's truth. Faced without pride. And grace. Given without demand. Thank you for listening to my story. If you believe in second chances and quiet strength, please like, share, and subscribe for more calm, real-life stories like this one.